My brother showed up at my wedding uninvited in a tux, ready to give a speech. I just got married last weekend. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. My husband and I spent months planning small venue, around 80 guests, very intentional about who we invited. Noticeably missing from the list? My older brother. Why? Because he has this pattern of turning every major family event into his personal stage. He made my high school graduation about him by announcing his engagement to a girl he broke up with a year later. At my college graduation dinner, he gave a 20-minute toast about how he almost went to college, but chose the harder path. You get the picture. So when my wedding came around, I just didn't want the stress. I didn't even tell him the date. My parents supported me, though reluctantly. But apparently, someone I still don't know who leaked the info to him. Because the day of the wedding, as I walk down the aisle, who do I see in the front row? My brother, in a tux, grinning like he's auditioning for a toothpaste commercial. I locked eyes with him for a second, but I kept walking. I thought, fine. Whatever. As long as he sits quietly, I'll deal with him later. Of course, that was wishful thinking. At the reception, when it was time for speeches, my maid of honor had just finished hers sweet, short, tear-inducing. Then my brother literally snatches the mic from the DJ. I swear to God, no one even had time to react. He just starts talking, and not like, congratulations to the happy couple. Nope. It was a stand-up routine. He roasted me for 15 minutes straight. Childhood stories, dumb teenage mistakes, my ex-boyfriends. He even joked about how I wasn't picky in college, which fun fact my husband's ultra-religious parents were hearing for the first time. Everyone laughed nervously. I wanted to crawl under the table. My husband looked like he wanted to throw him out physically, but I shook my head. I didn't want to brawl at my wedding. My brother wrapped it up with, "So glad I could be part of your special day," and sat down like he'd just dropped a Netflix special. Here's where it gets wild. About an hour later, the cake was being brought out. Suddenly, one of the catering staff trips or was pushed, I'm still not sure, and the cake wobbles. Before it can hit the floor, my brother dives and catches it. Like full action movie style, frosting all over his suit, but he saves it. Everyone gasps, then starts clapping and cheering. And then this man, covered in frosting, holding the cake like a hero, looks right at me and says into the mic, because yes, he grabbed it again. By the way, she wasn't going to invite me, but I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Because I wanted to meet my new sister-in-law. Everyone, I'd like you to meet my girlfriend. He gestures to one of the bridesmaids. My bridesmaid, my college best friend, who had never once told me she was dating anyone, let alone my brother. The room went dead silent. My husband whispered, "Are you kidding me?" My parents' jaws hit the floor. And my best friend? She just smiled. So yeah, my brother wasn't just crashing the wedding to steal the spotlight. He was there to make a grand entrance as my best friend's boyfriend. I don't know if I'm more angry about the speech, the ambush, or the fact that he somehow still ended up the hero who saved the cake.